There we go. Hello, hello, hello. There'll be a slight delay on the internet. Yes. Okay. Open up chats there. Okay, I can see chats there. I believe the music might be a little bit too loud, so give me a moment to bring that down. And then accidentally mute it like a damn fool. Okay. Oh, we're missing chat. We want over here. Okay, brilliant. So the main thing I've been working on over the last week or so is the expanded emerald, which is the what I use for the code. Recently had an update to version 1.8, and I've been slowly upgrading it on this. I got this new branch with it all on, so I want to just finish off that. There's a couple of things we need to include to finalize it, and I've got a little notepad in. A couple of things I want to do is I want to make sure the crystal type is moved over. So we're going to go into the code and just search type crystal, because I almost guarantee it's no longer there. So Power Gem has... Am I in the right one? I'm in the right one. Yes, I'm in the right one, because I had two open. So Power Gem still has its crystal typing. Good. Salt Cure. Yeah. So we've added it now to the Union Room, which is good. We want to just check. So Onyx is, and Staryu. Starmie still crystal type. Am I in the right? I am in the right. I'm in the right one. So that's good. Crystal, that is there. So those crystal types have continued their way through. But I think these are now deprecated. Yeah, they're now replaced with these, which is somewhat helpful because I can side by side them. So I want to go. We went Staryu. Mon types. This is what we need. Because they've completely refactored. Hey, Scartilly, how you doing, bud? Welcome on in. Sorry, it was going to be a bit of a slower one today because, I was just saying, we've upgraded the version of the engine, and I just need to go through and make sure everything we've added. Oh, no, microphone's back in. Hello? Yeah, okay, microphone's still working. I assume you can still hear me. Double check in OBS. Yeah, I accidentally pulled it out. Volume, sound, not too bad. So yeah, so I need to go to Lapras. Yeah, because you can see this is how we had it. Okay, good. Yeah, so this is the new ones. Levels all good, fantastic. I've had a bit of a rejig of everything, so I just want to make sure they're good. So yeah, we just need to make sure we have everything working for our crystal types. Annoyingly, where they've done this massive refactor of all the code, like the version 1.8 of the engine is amazing. It adds some really cool stuff. So I thought I'll spend some time and do it. Yeah, we now have the. We've lost a couple of things with it, but it comes in with like mini PC. We now have PokéNav. The Navdex is back in a new way. We can add in. There's a really easy way to add in like cool gift Pokemon, like Givemon is much more variety. So I just need to make sure we do these little things. Shouldn't take me too long. A front pick, animation ID, back pick. We have one of those. Right, how's your week been? The back palette is that. Sprite is the same. Yeah, it's so much nicer. So yeah, what we need to do is update crystal moves. Make IRS go. We can't make any goats. Unless I told you, I need the PNGs. I need the work. I have no idea myself. Okay, let's make crystal onyx. The problem is with all these crystal types, all well and good having them. What I haven't done is actually properly defined their type. So we don't have an evolution. So I think we just take out this. I'm going to comment it out for now because we might make crystal. We may make a crystal steelix. I don't know. Yep, whether crystal elix is going to be a thing. Who knows? So that's crystal. I realise I've missed one for Lapras. Now, this is one of the more. It'll be a more boring session, more of a chill one. But this stuff needs to be done. Otherwise, we're gonna have lost so much work. The problem is every time I upgrade the bloody upgrade the engine, I got to spend like 3 hours doing this, which is frustrating as all hell. But I have actually been looking at though some other ways to make games, which I'm going to start doing some stuff to help you guys. I've found this cool little piece of tech called, I can't remember what it's called, but it allows us to do binary hacking really easily, which I think I'm going to start doing. I'm going to play around with and share with you. I've also been taking a look. Oh bollocks! I'm doing it the wrong one, haven't I? I've also been taking a look at Pokemon Essentials. So that's the one using RPG Maker X. So that'd be quite cool. Basically, some guy on Twitter was like, can I get you to make my game? It's like, possibly. We'll see. But ChatGPT. I mean, ChatGPT is horrendous to use for this. Like, I've tried using it for things, and I often use it for various pieces. Like when I don't want to make all of the bloody, when I have to make all of replace things over and over again, just the way the objects for trainer teams work. I just go, here's the Pokemon I want. Can you make the team for me? And he's like, yeah, done. But I could try and get ChatGPT to code, but where this code is not documented well anywhere, I'm not sure how good it will be. Palette. Okay, so that's Crystal Onyx done. All the crystals in this one. Staryu and Starmie I've already done. Staryu Crystal type. Starmie Crystal type. Hey Ship, thanks for popping in. Appreciate the luck. Hey guys, how's it going and how long have I been working on this? I've been working on this version. So this is the viewer suggested game. I've been working on this since the new year. So that's about almost 4 months, almost 3 full months now. But I've been ROM hacking in Decomp for over a year now. I think it was almost a year ago this week. I did my first one, which is my other game, which I'm working on. Otherwise, I've been doing bits of stuff. I've been playing around with ROM hacking for since I was in school. I was doing a little bit of Decomp with like binary hacking. And let me just move the microphone out my way from my mouth. Are you able to play it and show us what you've done so far? Yeah, it's completely possible. I just compiled it earlier, so you can actually play the version now. You can download the previous version off our Discord. If you give me 2 seconds, ROM hacking VSG. So I was just saying, I've been upgrading I've set up wireless controller. Yeah, it's working. So yeah, you can see. So this is VSG. That's got all that. Just smash through this. I've just upgraded the version, so there's going to be quite a few little bugs. Looks like there's a major bug there with sprites. There's a major issue with sprites at the moment. Every sprite is Brandon. Okay, I'll have to fix that. But yeah, we're currently halfway through upgrading versions. God, that is a really weird bug. I have to look at why that's happening. I could probably guess why that's happening. Why is everybody this? This is so... At least Arceus is still the right one. That is so weird. Well, we got some custom maps. So I think like this is looking really good so far, bugs. Yeah, it's I've literally just upgraded the version, so it's gone a bit funky. Let's go to the previous one. If we click here, do I not have a? I can download the one I've got. I can download the working demo. Give me 2 minutes. I've got it on our Discord, my drive, ROM hacks, Pokemon Trials. Download version. This is download version 2.3. Yeah, there's some, but I can show you how it looks in World. I'm gonna go check on the future stream. No worries. I tend to stream every Thursday. Thanks for the follow. I've realised the follow sound isn't coming through. Fix that. Alert. Add. Appearance. Custom. There we go. Are you using Discord for source control? No, I have got Git, but I'm using Google Drive to distribute it because it gets really funny, and I don't want to do patches right now. You can use Discord for source control. It's the dumbest thing in the world because basically you would just be dumping the code on there and using that as, oh, here's version 1, here's version 2. It would work. It would technically work. I'm kind of interested why that's doing that thing. Because you can see everybody's meant to be the right one. Why is everybody me? It's kind of funny but weird. Yeah, I was talking to a friend recently. They're about to finish university and they're working through their final project. And apparently they've been doing emailing their code every night for stuff. It's like, just use Get. And it's like, oh, I don't know how to use Get. It's like, I'll teach you. It's so simple and so worth it. Like, everything gets so much easier when you're doing Get. But we do have this on Git, so if people do want to help, we can easily add you as a collaborator and stuff. We've got a couple of people who are doing this. I want to quickly work out why everybody was coming through as me, as Brandon. Let me just make sure I set the types correctly. Get is so much easier. But I've just had to. I'm currently working on a branch with the latest engine upgrade. So I own a Pokemon Roblox game. That's pretty cool. How does that work? It seems entertaining, but you're worried about Nintendo catching on. I make no money off this, so if they tell me to stop, I'll stop. So the tend to go-to rules for people who want to do this is you're normally okay doing it. Just don't sell it. Like if you start trying to sell it, you'll obviously get in big trouble, which is fair enough. So as long as we don't do that, we're okay. It's got some type of scripting, but in Lua. I haven't used Lua in ages. It's very I'll have to DM me. I might have a look. Although I've never played Roblox, so yeah. I mean, if Nintendo want to come for me, they'll send me an email saying stop doing it, and then we'll never ROM hack Pokemon again. But I don't know why they target me and not other people. I don't profit off this. If anyone ever tries to sell you a Pokemon game that's not like official, don't take it. This will never be sold either. I can DM if you like. Or Nintendo tries to me. Yeah, they tend to go for certain things. It's like, but when they've got like Pokemon Planet, Pokemon MMO out there, which like Pokemon MMO, I think get away with it because of their certain way. I think it's alright. I have looked about trying to turn one into MMO. Like, I'd love to do make like a live service game. But it's like no. I was sort of playing around with, could I make an MMO monster catching game? Like just take very similar to Pokemon. Like Temtem attempted, but Temtem had bigger issues. But I haven't got the time, money, or effort available for it. So we have a really weird bug right now where every character is me. Is Brendan. Yeah, so we can see, like, so I'm searching for the mums, and we can see it's defined correctly. Which was, so I recently added in the Overworld expansion, which could be the issue. The only other thing I'm thinking could be the problem is the palettes. All this new info stuff. This is the problem when I'm working with new versions and old versions. Things get really, really finicky. And now we've just got everybody running amok as if they don't care who they are. Why is that refreshing itself? Maybe I should stick to the one thing. Let's just do one thing. Let's finish adding the crystal type before we start delving into bugs, because otherwise I'm going to lose myself. So what? I don't think we had many crystal Pokemon in that. In here we have the Roggen Roller forms. I've actually I've played Pokemon Minecraft. That was quite good. We've been looking for something sort of new to stream with the guys, something a bit different and a bit more enjoyable. You spend a lot of time on Pokemon bugs. I like bugs. I am a bug type trainer. I'd love to add in a bug. I might do it in my other game and add a bug gym into it. But instead of it being, you know, a forest, it's like a computer, like scientists and computer guys. So they're using, so they've got like a new form of Porygon, like, but it's like bug type and all that, which I think would be quite cool. Just take a bit of a different spin on it. Maybe there's a new ball called Glitch Ball, which works best on bug Pokemon. Hey, Neat, how you doing, bud? Welcome on in. Welcome to Rob is pissed off because when he does the most basic changes, everything breaks, and I don't want to have to redo everything from scratch. So we took a shortcut, and now everything's in a bad way. The game plays. I wouldn't be so. The thing I'm worried about is, have they ended up adding a like they've changed how they handle objects, and that's like is maybe a patch I've missed, a patch note I've missed, and I need to go through and just remove all the changes I made, which isn't too bad. Well, it's not so much a shortcut, but kind of a shortcut. That is the right one. It's just where because I had so many sort of changes with changing the main engine, I couldn't just do a pure. I couldn't just pull in their changes, and the main issue is what I've done to get the images on. This is C++ Ratatouille. So all the code is done in C++, apart from the event scripting, which is done in PoryScript, which is pretty much just a wrapper for it. But yeah, so I've made changes to allow us to have dynamic palettes and increase the number of overworld sprites in the game. That ends up breaking every time I upgrade the engine. And I was thinking I'm not going to upgrade the engine, but I thought I'll have a play before dinner. And it seemed to be working all right. Like, it's compiling, unlike the previous one wasn't. Yeah, so this is called decompilation hacking too. So it does everything break down into code. But if you're interested in doing it without, there's Pokemon Essentials, which uses RPG XP. So you can do that. That's pretty simple and does a lot of it. Or there's binary hacking, where you can just drop in your legally ripped ROM and start hacking just straight in the code points, straight into the existing code without generating more. It's a bit more finicky doing that, but it's so much simpler. You don't have to know code. There's a new software called like Hex Maniac, which handles everything. Like, it's all on programs. So you can add Pokemon, change Pokedex, add trainers. So much easier than having to have 5 or 6 different programs, which used to be how things were handled. Gen 5, there's no more Gen 5 Pokemon. Diancie. Okay, let's make the other Crystal Pokemon. So you're now Crystal type. I can't remember. I can never remember the name of that other Crystal Pokemon. If we go to Crystal Cave, Onyx Cave Island, we go into here. We go into Wild Pokemon. Hopefully it's looking carbing. Hopefully the stream's looking good. For some reason, they decided to remove everything I had set up for handling. Like, it used to be quite nicely done on TikTok, but now it's broken, and I had to remake it all. In terms of on YouTube and TikTok, it's the same. Actually, if anyone knows a program which will take my camera in, and then it will just, so it'll take in my camera and then cut out the background like Teams does. And like, if you're watching me on TikTok, like it does here, but then I can put it into multiple places. Because currently I can use my camera in one source, but if I can do it into a source like that and then take that source into multiple places, I have found some, but they don't cut out the background. OnlyFans, I don't know. I found whenever I try to film on OnlyFans, the app isn't very good. Oh, hang on, I missed loads of things there in Gen 7. Loads of Necrozma. Barbacle? No, I'm not planning on making Barbacle. I'm not planning on making Barbacle Crystal type. I want to try and avoid just turning every rock, or the easy one being rock Pokemon now. Ghost, Necrozma Dawn Wings. Yeah, I want to avoid just making rock Pokemon into it, so it mix it up a little bit. So that's why we're looking at making a Crystal Beedrill. So that'll be, if you bring your Weedle involved level to 10 in the Crystal Cave, it will make a cocoon out of crystal. And that way it will then have... that will then do it. But there's still a few Pokemon that are going to be like rock to crystal. Just don't want it to be the easy option. OBS doesn't do that, Noscape, I found. But no, OBS also has a similar issue. I want to do it in an external program out of OBS, so I could look at plugins. But until I get a stream key for TikTok, I'd end up having camera in one place and the other. So I don't know. I do have my camera on, and that's in TikTok. That ends because it drives more people popping in. Maybe I should just do it in OBS, because I use the virtual camera to then pop it into TikTok thing, but then I'd end up having my camera in a really awkward place. So I don't know. Maybe I should play with it. This is why I want an external program, because then I can have like the output going to TikTok Studio and into OBS. And then OBS goes into all these places. It's just bullshit. Oh, I get a second camera, but I'm running out of USB points as it is already. Okay, so that's added all the crystal types in. Type Fairy. I'm going to search Type Fairy in, because I almost guarantee it. Where I've added crystal type in again, I've missed somewhere. And I still need to add some stuff. So we've got Gigantamax forms. Yeah, we've got Gigantamax mons in now. We need to make a Gmax or a max move for fairy type. Or not fairy type, for Dingy type. Yeah, here it is. So this is how they do it for the max moves. So we're going to add a to-do. And then you got stellar types coming soon. To do, add type crystal Dynamax move. Dynamax battle scripts. Terrains. We don't need terrains. Battle utility. Ooh, powders. Hold effect ice power. Yeah, so I need to make a to do add held item for crystal type. Something I want to work on. If anyone has ideas for what to do for that, then please suggest. Okay, this is this horrible table. This is, I'm going to zoom out. This is our type effectiveness table. What we can do, because I'm a coder, I made a backup before I overrode something on, or before I changed branches, which was have been the main issue. And I had one from earlier. Pre-made. There we go. So that's added. I am not planning on upgrading the engine anytime soon because this has been a ball ache. And this may not even work. We may get to the end of this and we end up with the bugs that I just can't be asked to fix. So where were we? Held items. There we go. So we got crystal type is now added to that, so that will work correctly. In fact, let's actually open up this file and go type crystal or crystal. Dynamax battle main. It used to be. No, so we need to make one of these. This isn't just the max move, is it? No, this is all the details for the type. We need to generate one of these for fairy type. Hey Jelly, how you doing, bud? Welcome on in. Hope you're having a good time. We're having a horrible time today with all of this. I hope your evening's good. So, type crystal, because it's too big. A crystal move, a palette 14. I think we use palette 14. We currently don't have a max move or Z move for it. Berry we don't have. We don't have an enhance item yet. We don't have an Arceus form for it yet. Or any of that stuff. So we've got to do the below. For now, we may end up having things pop up and they might look a lot like... they may end up using fairies ones. But we'll see. Battle message. No, that one is now rolled into that. Battle util we've got. Menu.c. So this, I believe, adds that little icon next to the Pokemon to say it's of the right type. Then we want... This adds it into the Pokedex for us. And then you can also search for crystal Pokemon. And actually, I really need to pee. I should have done this before I streamed, but you know, I'm an idiot. So give me 2 minutes. Hello there. Okay, we are back. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so where else do we have? So we have added crystal there. Helps if I can spell properly. Make a randomized version. It's on the list, and I've been looking into. So someone's made some code, which is absolutely awesome. Which I've been trying to sort of like make sense of. And that code contains stuff like Ironmon mode, Nuzlocke mode. So I might attempt at like reverse engineering it. It's public source, so I might easily be able to. It's open source, so I might easily be able to do that. Are we adding Megas? No, yes, we have Megasm. Hang on, if I go to species. So we have everything. So this is the latest version of the engine, and we literally have everything you can imagine. Oh, hang on. I was actually showed a code. Give me a second. Why is it not? Okay, no, it is working. It's just frozen there. Yeah, we have every Pokemon, including Dynamax forms. We've got the Paldean forms. We got the like. We haven't got all of Scarlet and Violet yet. We've got the Teal Mask being added. So on. What are gyms? So this is vanilla. So this is our normal emerald. But with so this isn't my custom region. So thank you AC Gaming for the follow. So this is your normal emerald, which we're expanding with your guys' ideas. So for example, in the last update we added Dewford. I need to fix the tiles in this version. So the gyms are, we got the same order of gyms plus some extras, but we've added a hard mode in and some other things. So you'll start to see like there is expanded areas. We've got a ton more maps where we're making open world, or we're eventually going to make it like open world and like space to explore. Like it was today's video, but I forgot to upload it, so that'll be tomorrow's video. This is the area we're working on at the moment, up to Gym 3. Or will be working on. I do have a fully custom region. If you want to try it, you can also find that on our Discord. That only has 4 gyms right now, which are Flying, Water, Poison, and Ghost. Which I do want to. I want to get back to that. I might take a break from coding this game and just do some time with back on the other one. That'll move. Type crystal. Yeah, salt cure and power gem and crystal. Need to start making some custom crystal moves, I think. Yeah, so crystal type is added again. So I'm just going to commit this. Crystal type re-added. Save all. And commit. Okay, so I need to fix Bone Zone. But let's compile. Oh, actually, I know what the issue might have been. Maybe that's not the issue. There's a really weird bug at the moment where everything is showing up as just really behind. Everything is showing up as as the player. So we've just compiled. Let's pull up the latest code. Emerald VSG. No, that's the backup. Nope, that's not the latest. Why? Oh, it's still compiling. Hasn't compiled since like 6 o'clock. How many legends are you adding? As many as we can. I really want to try and like expand the world as big as we got and like really just go for it. So for example, New Moorville, or the current New Moorville, I'm going to change this. We've added, and I excuse me for the drawing, I'm not an artist. But we've added in the legendary dogs. I'm working on adding in. I've started coming up with ideas for the legendary, the ones from Gen 4. So if we go into here, go. Oh, bollocks! I've lost the code. I'll have to re-add that. Well, there's a thing here for Palkia. So we're gonna add the Alga in. This is like Old Dale Ruins. This is where I think we're gonna add Regidrago. But I haven't introduced many new ones yet. It's still very early on to coding. What I want to do is sort of build out the main progress of the player. So go from Gym 1 up to Elite 4, and then we're going to start developing the post game. Because you can see, if you ever watched some of the videos, like we've started working like Evergrande City, for example. We've got up here, we've got the start of what I'm calling Dinosaur Island, where we're going to have the Paradox forms and maybe a few more of the fossil Pokemon. I started working on the moon. So you can go to the moon, and that's where Deoxys is. Ooh, Deoxys has lost its connection. I'll have to fix that. Faraway Island. Nope, it's Birth Island. Stop doing that. Come on. Birth Island. There we are. Birth Island exterior to the left. We'll bring that down so the player can actually access it. There we go. So yeah. So we got loads, absolutely loads of work to do still. In terms of like how much we're planning on adding. But I could end up being here. We have code issues. It's not compiling. Let's have a look at the code and see why in the world that's not compiling. Front anims frames is meant to be this. I thought I defined it as that. I think it might still be that. And that'll be the same for Crystal. If we go to Lapras, I don't think actually changed. Yeah, we didn't actually change the frames. No, that one's correct. Why are you not? Front anim frames, Lapras, Crystal. Ah, I'm in the wrong bit. The animation frames are the same. And the same in Roggenrola. Ah, we missed a Pokemon. We missed adding 2 Pokemon in, which I need to fix. We forgot to include our custom Lunarock and Solrock. Boldor Crystal, front anims. So let's go to Gen 3. Go to Solrock. If anyone's got ideas on what we should do for like typing or like their stats, currently they're literally mimics. I need to do some stuff like to make them feel a bit more special. I want to add more moves in and some abilities in just to make them like actually feel good. Otherwise, it's a bit boring. Okay, we got Solrock. One Pokemon I do need to work on adding, and probably sooner, is the Legendaries RR. Is how I want to handle the 2 Crystal Legendaries, which at the moment is Necrozma, and all the Necrozma forms, and Diancie. I know, we just realised that was the issue. Crystal. And I also want to turn Dynamax or Gigantamax forms into Megas. I much prefer Megas over Dynamax. It fits so much nicer the theme of everything. TikTok. TikTok's there. Crystal Onyx is awesome. Glad you like it. We got. I want to work on its like typing a bit better. So Crystal Onyx, it's pretty much added in the game fine. In fact, I did actually. So this was the typing, the stats I gave it. It's the only one that actually had some different thought to it. So this is our vanilla Onyx, and this is the stats I gave it. So I wasn't planning on evolving it. I wasn't planning on having Crystal Steelix. So I wanted to make it feel like a decent first stage, but instead of getting it early on like you do in the vanilla games, make it worthwhile. So doubled its hit points, doubled its attack, so it now can actually stand up on its own. Kept its defense the same. Same speed, same special attacks, same special defense. So it's basically doubled these two stats. I'm not sure I'm going to keep that because it's still very similar. I'm thinking Crystal is going to be like the mirror of Rock. So it might be more special defensive. But abilities, clear body, sturdy, mirror armor, I think it's quite good. I might call it the Crystal Snake. But I need to work on fully understanding. Like all of this stuff I need to work on. Because I don't want to override it at the moment in case it causes issues. Initial field overran. Line 6054. Forgot to make it Crystal. But yeah, this is the main reason why I wanted to upgrade the engine, because adding in Pokemon, actually I'll see if I can show you, abilities now are so much easier. Like to make a new ability, we just create it here. So we go to Scrappy, for example. Yeah, you would just like define like most of the information here. So there's like what rating does it give the AI in terms of when it's thinking about switches and stuff. The description, which is awesome. And then if you want, when you want to like actually code it in, I would code it in the same way as other ones. Mega Steelix has crystals coming out. Mega Steelix does have crystals coming out of it, which is why I'm tempted to turn Mega Steelix into crystal type. But I want it to be sort of a divergent thing. And I might keep maybe Steelix becomes steel. Mega Steelix becomes steel crystal, and it becomes an absolute beast. Or maybe But okay, game compiled. What are the odds we got the same issue as last time? That is the correct one. Okay, my controller's disconnected again. VSG is the right one. Whoa, what are you doing? That's... What? I didn't touch the code for starting a game. Warp to map. Petalburg City. Why is it taking me to map 1? Little Root Town. At least all of the sprites are correct now. Kind of. The game's in a weird state. That sprite's not showing up. What the hell has happened? Yeah, I'm in the right file. What the hell? Warp truck. I think it's called truck sequence. We undo that. End truck sequence. Yeah, I haven't touched this code. So this executes truck. So this makes you move into there and bounces you up and down and stuff. And handles all of that, which is as it always was. What the hell? I made changes. Made changes to that. I've saved everything. I made changes to that, that, and that. Oh, I also pushed. I shouldn't have pushed. It's proper weird. I'll compile again in case it's done something strange. The issue is, none of the things seem to bounce. Why is it taking us? Can you cheat menu to the game? You know, cheat menu to the game. There's already a cheat menu. Hit right and start, and it opens up the debug menu, and then you can just give yourself whatever. But why would you want the cheat menu? Flags, fly flags. Toggle those on utilities. Fly to map. Okay, everything's invisible now. Like, it's using the right versions of my code. Like, here's the correct version of Evergrande City and stuff. But, like, why is there no objects? Everything jumped into the corner. I am in awe at this bug. Like, it doesn't make a shred of sense. I haven't even made changes to this code. Does it count as there? No, it's not there at all. Oh, I'm stuck in a fight I can't lose. Right plus A, like the right button and then start, like right bumper. Oh, yeah, it's just a debug menu. How am I? I might have to back out. So I'm just going through the code I changed. So we got... This is like comparisons of my branch, what I've added. So I added the crystal type there. Battle utility, I added that there. This might be the problem. Nice to get 6 came quicker on repeat. Yes, this is why I'm trying to do it like bit by bit updates, so you don't have to do repeats every time, because that can get very, because otherwise it can get very annoying. What's the difference in this? Was it literally that white space? All of my things are there. Everything's read incorrectly. Crystal onyx, crystal. Menu. Was that? That can't be the issue. The file is in. Yeah, the file's in there. But that's not a problem. Crystal. Graphics files. Ice crystals. Full word. Crystal. Yeah, that's correct. Battle animations we didn't do. Ice crystals we don't care about. Adamant crystal we don't care about. Pokemon details. I added all of those correctly back in item. The only other thing I think I could have done is this. Broke it here. So this was me adding it in so that we can have increased number of overworlds. Expanded the overworld. Overworld expansion. Go to the branch. Problem is, this hasn't been touched in 4 bloody years. We got that. So this might be an issue. So we have index. We made it 2-byte graphics. Space 1 padding. Get rid of that. And maybe we'll get rid of this. So from byte elevation down to 4-byte script. Do that. I'll do copy. That's the only issue I think I can think of. Okay, so that's compiled. Let's see if that was the issue. Where this game gets updated so much and people make branches and then don't change them, it's the only place I think where... No, why is it going to Petalburg? No, that's going to the same place. Morville City. Nope, it wasn't that. Event map. Yeah, that's fine. Battle tower, we did that one. And facility class, that's fine. Contest, we just upgrade, yeah, we just increase the number in it. Same there. Then object movers. The only other point I think, hey Kingdom Stars, thanks for the like. Only other thing I can think is that something wrong with our berries. Again, it comes down to the fact like it's old. Event graphics slot. There's no graphics slot anymore. There's now a palette slot. Only thing is, we do that to U16. Change this to U16. That might fix whatever's going on. If this doesn't work, we're going back to the old branch and we're just gonna cry. Yeah, and that breaks instantly. It's because all of these are, like, they're palette slots. We don't care about the palette slot. I don't really think that is the thing to worry about. World expansion, there it is. Yes, those are changed. Event, early stages, yeah. Dead berry, berry tree. Graphics ID pointers. Is that what we had in the old code? Which of course doesn't exist in this one. They've got it there, nowhere else. Berry tables. S berry tree. That's all fine. That's all doing what we expect it to do. Graphics ID table. eBay graph. It's that, isn't it? That's not the one I want. Yeah, no, that's not the one I want. It calls that. So where's this one called? That one never... Ah. No. That never referred to anywhere else in the code. Then object movement. What is here? Hi, Zero. Thanks for the likes, bud. Sorry, we're not the most exciting thing today. But it would be nice to get this code working. Fingers crossed, that's the ticket we need. Thank you. It's always the berries. Every time I try and update things, it's the berries. And without this, there we go. That's compiled. Without this piece of code, it basically means we can't add any new sprites into the game, like any new overworld sprites. And unfortunately, that's the coolest part. It might be we just have to do without. The game's like, why? Like, it can do anything, but it's... Oh, we got the right sprites now. We don't have the right sprites. That's also really weird. Why, when we walk into our rival's house, does the game send us into nowhere? Little Root Town. Events. Yeah, it's... should be correct. Just trying to work out on the code in the lines which part I've said change how we load everything up. I would be expecting, like, okay, if there's an issue with our with an old save, because where we've changed things, that would be somewhat understandable. But it's not drawing anything correctly. It's annoying because I really thought I had it this time around. Added final crystal types. Commit that. Yeah, because this was very basic change. Easy chat, sprite ID change, event data, graphics IDs. Event object movement, that's fine. Graphics ID, yeah. Field avatar. So this, that would be us. Fire would leave green, nope. This might be the issue. Here. Field, player, avatar, C, S, FRLG. I think cons U16. Yeah, that looks correct. That looks fine. I need to do a rollback. Try and add interview objects. That might be it. Try add interview objects. That the issue? Sprite IDs all got pushed into different values? Could be the issue. Yeah, that's a bug. We fixed that. Event data. We change just to one location. Event object movement. 5 changes. Use 16 there. Use 16 in one place there. Graphics ID again. Graphics ID here. Graphics ID at the bottom. Let's hold our fingers together again. I think you can tell on the startup because it's not. In the intro, you can see the boxes aren't bouncing up and down like they should be. Makes me pretty confident it's broken. You can tell it instantly. Field player avatar. Rival avatar GFX. That's the same. So we're good with that. Player avatar's fine. So the genders count. That's fine. That's for the other one anyway. This bit, player avatar to state flag. Yeah, no, that's fine. We're not doing anything with that. Graphics by ID. This is all drawing the player. The player's being drawn fine. Okay, so is it the field specials? Load link part. That's not an issue. We're not doing link partners. But we are correctly doing that. Load link part or object. Again, we're using the correct graphics. That's fine. Rock smash. We're using the correct rock smash IDs. Script half, read half word. So my only point is it might be I've broken the save. Well, I've done the save blocks. So I had to adjust the save blocks to allow for more memory to be passed in. Source code create object script. So this looks fine. Great. Event object. Script context. Passing. Yeah, that's all good. Secret base. That's fine. Union room player avatar will be fine. So is it save dot? Where's the save? This was causing an issue. So our save block. And this is basically just saying how much memory we got saved and where does it go. And there was a location where we had to make sure we did the right stuff. And that's the global field map. This. This is the only place I feel like we could have cocked up. And I want to make sure it's correct. So we have the local ID, the kind, always, whatever that is. We have the graphics IDs. And with that overwrite, that's in 0 block 2 and 3, which is padding. So that's fine. Go to line 198. We've then got the save block 3, which is a problematic one. Got the reflection. So yeah, block 4 and 5 are taken up by the graphics ID because it's a large one. So these are basically 8-bit blocks, and we're taking 16 bits for the graphics. This just allows us to have more numbers in it. Simple piece of code. But what we're then not having, and then yeah, 23 should be down here. It's a sprite ID. And Union Room is GFX ID. Because otherwise, it all breaks. I don't know, Versus Seeker. And that is all good as well. See, I should have tested here. This is when I did the big update. I should have done the code here. Or actually checked it was running. It's taking a while to compile, so that's good. Although we've changed the save function. Oh, Nathan likes that. And if this doesn't work, this is why people do essentials. No, that's not it. This is bull, man. Revert in Git. So history. Upgraded engine to that. Override expansion. Checkout commit. Will create a detached head and no longer be on any branch. Yeah, I want to check out that commit. Unable to switch bar, I could have overwritten. Please commit my changes. Fixed some bits. What issue can I fix? I don't really know. Basically, I'm upgrading the engine up to the latest version of the Extended Emerald. But when I've done that, I've then had to re-add a couple of things I've got to allow overworlds, because we have so many overworld options. I needed to set that up. And when we run the game, the entire intro sequence is breaking. And when you're coming at the truck, it's taking you to the first map, which shouldn't be, because I haven't touched that code. And every single sprite is branded and hidden in the corner. Basically, it's not drawing or doing something. So something in the startup sequence is balked. What I'm tempted to do is just ignore the update for 1.8 and continue without it. So it's not taking you outside your house. And normally there's a line of code in the I can never remember exactly where it is, but we go like execute truck. So somewhere along here, so you execute the truck sequence. Here we go. Execute truck, new game. So resets file. So new game data. Executes truck sequence. I think it might be in here. Metadata. So that sets that up. Task handle truck sequence. End truck sequence. Is it that? It's been a while since I haven't touched this in this version. So normally you go in and there's a specific point where you would warp to the players outside their house. I haven't changed that code. Unless they've done something weird when they've updated, done some changes to the engine that's just not backwards compatible. But there's nothing that I've done. That looks better. Okay, so this is an earlier version of my code. But this one works. So it's something I've done since adding the that. So we go to basic. Yeah, this is an earlier version. So okay, so this is an earlier commit. I'm just going to run through all my git commits and see where the error went wrong. Okay, brilliant. So I want to reattach back. How do I do that? Undo detach head in git. Yeah, so it's running fine there. Yeah, we've got a dash. I'm no longer going to branch. I want to. I'll just pull back up. Cannot publish. That's fine. Branch repository. We're smart enough to do this and understand what's going on. Yeah, unfortunately, it's been a bit of a more boring session because of this major bug. This is why I try to do these sort of things beforehand, and it gets a bit finicky when you're trying to update and using the Git parts. I wouldn't say it's hard; it's just very, very annoying. And now I'm stuck in an early version of Git, which I don't want to be. I want to be in a latest one. Yeah, I think a lot of people tend to use. So if you want to do it, I would suggest looking up like Hexmaniac. I'm going to do a video on it at some point, which looks quite useful. Or using something like UVit history. This is what I want. I'll check out main. That should do the trick. Benches. There we go. Yeah, so you can use Hexmaniac, which lets you do everything in, but it's not the most without having loads of having to do lots of stuff with coding wise. On the other hand, you've also got Pokemon Essentials, which does a load of awesome things as well. Yeah, so what you're looking at here is the history. Basically a list of all the changes I made. What we know is that one worked, which is the upgrade engine. And I think so we'll go upper commit. So for those who don't know, a commit is basically a snapshot of your code. So it's kind of like where you can go forward and backwards in your Word document. I can do the same. So I can do a chunk of work, commit it, and if that doesn't work, I can just undo it all and look at it all. It's very useful software when you're deploying something for people to use. You obviously don't want... it gives you an earlier version, which you know is great. So what I'm able to do is, when I did this, I did the upgraded to the engine. Then I added the overworld expansion, which will should fix us having more... there's basically an issue with not having enough overworld sprites. It's limited to 255 in the game, so of course we want to expand that to 8 bits instead of 4 bits. So we pulled that in, and that might have caused a problem. I mean, when I was in school, when we did web coding, or I did notebook apps, yeah, I mean, I did notebook coding and I hated it. This is something called Visual Studio Code, which is so much nicer. I tend to use this for most of my coding, except Java, which I use. I use something called IntelliJ for that. It's so handy. But yeah, this does. I mean, this looks a bit scary at the point, but basics of coding in a Pokemon game isn't too hard. I would say, like, if you download Expanded Emerald, set up the Pori script, and then you just do scripting. So you can download a piece of software called Pori Maps. It's a brilliant, cool piece of software, and that lets you draw your maps like this. So let's go to a custom area. So this is a custom area I've made. Very easy to draw your maps and stuff. And in here, so I connected it to all the maps around it. Brilliant. I then want to create events, so I've created 2 trainers, and I click in Open Map Scripts, and I have this, which is Pori scripts. This is much simpler. So you just define a script and name it, and then I want to do a trainer battle. I want to battle this trainer, and it's going to say this, like it's always coming from darkness. When you beat them, they're going to say this, and then after you talk to them afterwards, do a message box, and they will say that. Very simple piece of code. That's like you can do 90% of coding just with that, and you can do some very advanced things just doing in-game, just doing that stuff. I've actually added more with trainers and custom type and stuff, which has made things a little bit more convoluted, and that especially happens when this is what causes issues when I upgrade the engines, is all that stuff isn't there. Looks scary, but sort of easy at the same time. Yeah, I can see people looking at it and being like, put off by it. Yeah, okay, so we know where the issue of our code is, and it's that. I've made a mistake when bringing in the overworld things. I just want to test something. What's it? Does it work with all us? This has caused issues. I might be able to bypass that update. I might be able to revert all of that but keep all of our changes in. So give me a second. You can't compose. So what I can do, Dirk, thank you for liking live. So what I can do is, so in Git, let's pull up Paint. And I'll give you guys a crash course in Git. And what I need to get, or what I am going to get, is a whiteboard behind me. And I'm going to start drawing on whiteboards, because when I code and when I talk about coding, which I do for a job, having a whiteboard just to doodle everything on is brilliant. And Paint's somewhat good, but I've got to go to OBS and I've got to set it up. So let me just add window capture. Let me just add Paint. MS Paint. Hey, okay, it's not working. Why does Paint no longer work? Why has Paint stopped working? Okay, I'm going to just do it in TikTok. So apologies, people. I know a load of you watch this on YouTube after the fort, and I appreciate it. But yeah, I'm just going to do it this way. So we have... oh, that's right. So the way Git works is you have what we call sort of a trunk. And that's, imagine it like a tree trunk. So we start our code over here, and we could call this version 0, and then version 1, version 2, and so on. So we have our code tracked along there. But when you've got like multiple people working on it, it might be, I want to go work on a piece of code, so I'm going to make a parallel branch. So I take a version here. I'm going to do whatever coding I need to do, and then I'm going to pop it back in here. So I can make changes here, and someone else can make changes over here. As long as we're not working the same piece of code, we can do that without having to download everything every time. It's brilliant. So what I've basically got is we're working towards version 3. I've taken a snapshot of the code here, and I've added in multiple little versions. And what we say is this one's good, but this one's bad. All of the code I've added in between here is fine. So what I can do is I can say, look at all the code here, add it in, look at all the code here, and all of this code, just ignore it. That's basically what we're going to try and do. Nice and easy, but this does mean that you don't have to go through like copy and pasting and stuff. So if I click, and Visual Studio Code is great because we have a source control to the side. So I go to my update engine branch. Because this is great because we got a couple of people who've been supporting with various pieces here. Yeah, so we got outgoing on the side here. You can just about see it. This is a list of all the branches we made, so we know upgrade engine works. So we know this. All of these changes, something here caused it to break. But I think the best bet is we might be able to review the commit. I think we've probably got to go through one at a time, but we can just like, yeah, we can open up this, open this up, and delete that. Map Inc as well. See the changes we made. Remove that. I wish there must be an easy way to do this. I think I can just copy that. Yeah, we'll just do it this way. So I'm going to copy the old code, open the file, overwrite it. Yeah, so it was a bit copy-pasty, which I don't like doing it like this. Sometimes you just got to do it. Well, you don't sometimes have to. While I'm streaming, I tend to take some of the shortcuts, especially when I'm making videos. And the main reason for that is just I need to somewhat be able to make it be somewhat entertaining to you guys and be talking at the same time. It's like you've seen people struggle playing games while streaming and how things go wrong. Like coding's the same, but like obviously the difference between this is not like I'm walking the wrong way across Skyrim or somewhere, or I'm missing a couple of shots in Battlefront. I end up coding something completely different. Right, for timescale, do what you do. Exactly. I stream to be somewhat more entertaining than that. I'm not doing this to be like teaching you how to do it. I more want to try and like inspire people of having a go at doing themselves. And if they want to learn more, you know, I can teach more and stuff and talk about it. But at the end of the day, it's meant to be somewhat entertaining. Even if I know most of you pop me on and then just sit listening to me in the background. We save all of that. Now, that is everything from the broken changes. So what we're going to do is we're going to compile. We're just going to work up from there and slowly just undo some things. So I want to basically keep the changes from where we added the crystal typing in. I would love to learn more. I'm going to have to try and look more into it. Yeah, no, I'd so recommend it. Like, there's 3 ways of doing coding Pokemon game at the moment. You've got binary, and binary coding is. Hang on, let me just draw that. Draw over this. Not that one. That's not worked. How do I do Phil? A nice stick line. Oh, whatever. Can we get Richie the Ash clone from the anime with his team led by Sparky, Pikachu, and Red Palo fight? If Red is at the top of the mountain, Richard Bob. That sounds good because we have added Red in. We need to work on him a bit more. We could do, but Richie sounds great. Is Richie somewhere, or do I need to define the name? But yeah, so you got binary hacking, which is awesome. So binary hacking, you basically take the ROM as is, so you rip it straight from Emerald, and so ROM is your sort of read-only memory. And it's what you see on the cartridge. I don't know if he's not in the game. I'd have to create him from scratch. Cut area, paste black color. Yeah, oh, that would work. That would be the best way to do it, wouldn't it? Selection, boom, and then I can just expand it. You're a genius, Ice. Yeah, so you're binary hacking. So there's some tools called Hexmaniac, which I'm currently researching. I will come back to you on if it's any good. Otherwise, you've got stuff like Advanced Map and Advanced Smart. And what these do is, if you imagine your ROM is just full of, it's basically in hex code. So you have a location. So you might say hexadecimal is basically just like numbers. And so you start at like 0001 and you go up to like it goes in like a different base. I think it's base 16. I don't know. So you would say, so it basically says for little root might be at point let's call it 50. It's not point 50. I think my head's a bit in the way. It is in point 50. So we'd go to point 50 and here would be all of the code. And it would look kind of horrible. It's written in these weird, awkward style. It's written in like hex code, so it's a lot of X's and H's and letters. But what Advanced Map can do is it can read all of that and turn it into the same view I've got. So you can make you basically change like, so this square might be number 17, which corresponds to this tile. Let's make it 15. That's all very simple. So making maps is very easy. Same with Advanced Map. It will say like, you want to go to this town mart, then that's great. We store it here. This is the list of items it's got, and you can just change that list by dropping down in the graphics interface. It's very nice and easy, but the problem is, if you've got like a sign. So let's say we've got a sign over here, and it's 16 characters long. If you want to rewrite that sign and you make it 18 character long, you're basically, this extra 2 characters would get pushed into the next line of code. I've had this, so I've changed a sign. Normally you would look at free memory, which is a nice simple way to do it. And you look at free memory and you can play around that area. But if you forget to do that, you could end up putting code which is called by 2 places. I made a sign too long, and now Bulbasaur learns Karate Chop. Really annoying. But for the basics, you can do everything in there. You can draw maps, you can add stuff, you can add new Pokemon in, and Hexmate's meant to be really good. The next one you've got is Decomp, which is what I do. I like it because, again, you get a ROM at the end. But what some very clever people have done is they've taken the ROM of Emerald and they've broken it up into all the different files. So instead of it being one big like file, they've broken it up into all of the different like objects in the code, which is brilliant. That's why it's called decompiled. This is the compiled version. We've now decompiled it, and they've gone in C and they've like added bits into it and made it human readable. So I can go in and like make as many changes as I want. I can add new files. I can take files away. I can, if they've got here, I can add to it without any issues of memory override. But you need to have a basic understanding of like C if you want to do anything in the main engine. The event stuff, let's say that sits down here, that stuff's pretty easy, which I showed you earlier. And then what you do at the end is you package it all up and recompile it into a ROM. And then you get another ROM to use. The third, and I think probably the easiest other one to do is RPG Maker. RPG Maker. Let's call it XP. So if you buy that, it's like 30 quid, or you get it for free. You then get Poke Essentials. And I'm looking into this again for this other job I'm doing. And again, it's the same. It works the same way as Decomp, except everything's done in the GUI. And because you're not limited to where Decomp has 32 megabit limit, because with the 32 megabit limit, that's just how much memory they can put on it. Like, if you want to add music, you've got to make a MIDI file and say what instruments are on it and stuff, which is very annoying. To make an image, you can't just put a picture in. You make the picture and then you turn it into a bitmap. Bitmap is basically just a load of numbers to say it's like color by numbers, and then that reads the palette to say like here I can only use these 16 colors, and this instead of storing an image you save a lot of space. Whereas in Pokemon Essentials you can just throw in PNGs, you can just throw in music, anything you want you can dump it in because you're not limited by space. The only problem is you get an executable at the end of it, so this will only run on computers. Whereas at the end of the day, this gets you a ROM, which you can play on any emulator. You can play it on like real cartridges. And end of the day, I like the mini. End of the day, I like the having an actual ROM that I can put in places. The game came compiled. His team is Sparky, Pikachu, Zipper, Charmeleon, can be Charizard, Make It Charizard, Happy to Butterfree, people to make, we can make it Mega Tyranitar, Rosatalo, Swellow. Swellow would be good. We could do Tyranitar Mega, or I want to make. I want to do Dynamaxes or Gigantamax forms as Megas, so we could give them Mega Butterfree. Okay, it's taking ages to load. So that it's taking us to the right place. But ooh, that's frozen on me. We still got an issue with something else. I mean, the one you're doing you have to learn commands, right? All of them have things to learn. So anytime you're doing any event work, so you're working on, so all of them pretty much look the same when you're drawing maps. Like they all have their own system for drawing maps. You have your tiles on the side which you can't see. You pick the tile you want and you draw it on. You then have a way for collisions to say what level they're on and how the player interacts with them. That's the same on all three. Your events again, you drop them on, and then the difference comes in how you're coding those events. So of course, it looks like this and what we do, and it's just one big file with everything. And that's this again. This is the easy bit. If you wanted to add moves, this is the hardest one to do it with. Doing trainer battles and this one, I think on the other ones you can do a drop-down box. You can say, like, give me 6 moves, give me 6 Pokemon. Okay, I want to have a Rhydon, and it'll have a drop-down box on move 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's nice and simple. For this, you have to define the trainer. So you define it here. You then define the details for the trainer. So, like, what class is it? What music does it have? Picture, name, yada yada. And then it's party. And the party, that's a basic one. But an advanced party, like, here's the IVs, here's the EVs, level, species, ability. Like, you have to write it all out. Instead of doing a drop-down box. Makes it a bit more awkward, but you got to change 3 or 4 places. And same with like adding in a new image. So let's say Bidoof statue. So I added a Bidoof statue in. I had to make it here so that it would convert it. Define it once here. What palette does it have? I had to define the palette in here and connect it up. And then I'd give all the details, like how big is it in game, does it have a shadow, yada yada. And then you have to define its location in the code, in your thing. And then what does it look on each frame when it's turning around. So it's a bit annoying. For some things it's really annoying, and that's mostly adding a lot of custom features. Whereas Essentials you can just drag and drop. And I think overwriting stuff in binary is quite easy. Can you actually debug in this, or everything just basically try and bug? You can do tests. Like there are test cases for adding things which I haven't really looked into doing. The best way, like I can debug, we run it. There's a debug menu which is turned on all our versions. If I hit what would be right, so I've got it set to K, I have the debug menu. So if I wanted to test one of my custom maps, I could just say I can just do that. I don't know where this is. Oh, this is a custom area. Let's find a custom area we know what it is. I think that one. Nope, not that one. yeah, so here's a custom area I've been working on, so I can check how it works. Let's go up here. So this is the one we coded last week. So now I'm in here, I can see, okay, I've lost that tile, but I can, test the points of working. These were the custom hop points we made for this, and if I go, I can see my encounters are working. That's the best way to do it, and you can also set like what flags I want on and off, or turn states in. It's not the easiest thing to do, but it does kind of work. Like, if we go Pokemon Basic, we go to here. Oop. So we go to Pokemon Basic, go to 1000. We can see now we've got our Solrock, and it's our Crystal Solrock. It says Cool type at the moment. I need to fix that. That's something we're working on. You can see you got a weird looking at. That's the best way to debug. You can't go like line by line and see, because it's compiled, and test cases can let you run through things. Like, testing is great. Do testing. I just haven't. Hang on, I just want to check. Ice Hero, thank you for the follow, bud. Welcome in. I'm just going to do reverted overworld expansion. I just want to double check through the code. There's something else I might have done. So these have all been. No, they haven't been. Oh, they have been. So for Wild Encounters, would you have to set scripts up here? No, actually, Wild Encounters are really nice. So I have to leave now. Good luck. Thanks for popping in, Ice Hero. I do try and stream this every Thursday, both here, Twitch, and YouTube. So feel free to pop in. The wild Pokemon are great. So here we are on Porimap. Here I go, got something for you. Oh, exciting. But you click Wild Pokemon, and this can actually be done in the GUI, like the graphics interface. So you define what Pokemon you want, type it in, the minimum level, the maximum level, and over here it says there's a bit more data, like the encounter rate. That's it. So they're all defined. Oh, Ice Hero, thank you very much for the gifts. I will be donating this all very soon to the charity. I'm currently talking to them, working out how to get it all out. I'm trying to get it out without me getting taxed too much for it all. But we do appreciate all gifts for the charities. Actually, I have been getting emails again from I can't remember what company, who they're raising money for off the top of my head. But there's I worked with them last year, and they do an event called Catch a Million. And the idea is they get loads of streamers and like communities like Bulbapedia guys and stuff take part. And the idea is to catch 1 million Pokemon across a week, I think, while raising money for charity. So I'm debating on whether you guys want us to do that this year. I did it previous years, and I did a couple of like special playthroughs of Pokemon, which was quite good. I think I did the Oaks Challenge in Pokemon Red, which was fun. We might do it in Pokemon MMO, but they don't like it being ROMs and stuff, and where I tend to make stuff is a bit different. Thanks for showing me. Does that allow you to set shiny rates too? No, shiny rates aren't. Shiny rates you'd have to do in the code. So I'll show you how shiny rates. So if I go here and I search, I think it's literally called shiny. So actually, I've got a flag called Shiny Creation, which forces a Pokemon to be clear flag. That's fine. Which forces something to be shiny. But if we do, is it shiny rate? Shiny rate. Shiny odds. Shiny odds, here it is. So there's this is a config file, and this is basically what it is. So it's 8 divided by 65,000 yada yada. So if you wanted to make like higher odds, I'll just make this number bigger. So it could be anything between 0 and 360 that. So this would be guaranteed shiny odds. You could possibly set this to a variable. I think there's a way to set this to a variable, and you can adjust it. What tends to happen, we search where this is used. Yeah, so here, this is where it works out, calculates where shiny Pokemon is. So yeah, it is data shiny modifiers. So there's like various additions here. So basically it's checking the get shiny value and total rerolls. So if you've got like shiny charm or stuff, it will roll it again until it finds a shiny or doesn't. So you can this is the best place to show shinies. And this is why I was saying this is the C++ code. It allows you to do everything. Doing this in binary would be much harder. Like you can change the rate, you can change the rates flat out, but you would struggle to make a bit of variable. You might want to be like, if get flag, you might have a special flag. So let's say we're in Safari Zone. So if you're in Safari Zone, boosted like total. Maybe you double the shiny rate, so we could just say total rerolls equals 2x total rerolls. Basically, that doubles the shiny odds when you're in the Safari, or you could make it an item or something. You would be hard pressed to do that in binary. You could do that in Poké Essentials, no problem. But I don't know how, because I haven't got it. I have got it open, but I haven't done much delving into it yet. Make sure up in the cave, that'll send you all the way back to the entrance of it. That is brutal. We should do that in Victory. Maybe which cave should we do that in? Let me just get. I need to finish this reverting code first, though. So give me a moment to revert all this code. Either virtual game, post game dungeon would be good. So if you like that like brutal idea, we've done something very mean to Victory Road. And, well, we've done some various mean things in this game. And it's why I've had to create what I've called troll mode. So when you start the game, you can go and talk to the book in your house. And it gives you some options like, do you want to play with level caps? Do you want to play hard mode? Do you want to play normal mode? It also says, do you want to play troll mode? And troll mode is basically the worst ideas. Not the worst, but like the meanest ideas you guys have come up with, such as there is on every in every route there is a location. If you stand on it, it will teleport you to Cynthia. So we've added Cynthia's hut in the game, just like in Gen 5. But if you find her, you're going to be in a bad time. But if you land on her tile in every route, boom, doesn't matter where you are in the game. You'll end up there. What we've done in Victory Road, it's currently not on troll mode, is when you get to the end of it, there's a Snorlax blocking your path. So you have to make sure you get the flute. Currently the flute is very easy to get. What I'm tempted to do, as someone suggested, is have the flute. You have to get like every other flute in the game. So where you get the black, white, red, blue flutes from the glass blower, you got to get all of those, and then you get the Poke Flute. And once you got all of those, you then go back, you blow your flute to the Snorlax. So we're playing exactly. And but once you get to the Snorlax, in fact, I'll show you in the map. Where's Evergrande? Yeah, so once you get to the Snorlax, so you've beaten Wally. Great. You get to the Snorlax, and he's sat there. But once you speak to him or wake him up, a trainer then turns up. And he's got 6 Snorlaxes, trained to the 9s that should just obliterate you. Like, they're going to be a tough fight. So once you've lost to that, you then go all the way back and have to fight your way back through and battle it. And I'm thinking, Wally doesn't reset until you leave. Oh, I'm thinking, and I think actually what I might do is every time you enter Victory Road and you haven't gone further, so like once you get to here, it will like reset the game and like say, oh, you've beaten Victory Road. But if you haven't got to there, every time you enter back into the cave, it resets every trainer. And they're all going to have like a hard mode. And like that includes Wally and that includes this. So you have to do it all in one big gauntlet. I mean, to make it really mean, you make it a hidden item. Well, this is it. It currently is a hidden item. You have to go. You have to do something to get it. You have to stand in one tile to get it. It's not convoluted at all. But you know, it was a start. Okay. So crystal type. So I just want to make sure we're just doing that. Actually, that would be neat for the gyms. Make it one. That would be quite a good idea. So currently, so maybe on hard mode. Maybe when we do so not on normal mode, because I think some people just want to play the game without feeling like too much is going on. So maybe when we do it in the regular way. Thanks for popping in, Scotty. Yeah, so maybe so in hard mode you got to beat them all, so they become mandatory. Because I currently have a switch, so if you switch between hard mode and normal mode, different trainers appear, which is a basic way of handling it. But yeah, they move places, become necessary, and then we have that check. If you leave all trainers in the so it becomes a gauntlet. That could be good. So let me just try and get the code working. Right, that's correct. Well, I think I can do updated engine. So that's the one that worked. I have an idea. I have one last ditch attempt to get no, because I've got the git problem. That was the one that worked. Is it really the crystal? Crystal can't have been the breaking change. How many changes have I made this one? That's fine. Added the final crystal type. That's that. That's whatever. That's fine. Yep, we've removed that again. So that's good. That's reverted. Yeah, so we reverted all of those. With Death Lip. Fix some bits. That and easy chat. Easy chat we've done. That we've done. So this should work. I need to look at how, because I know Elite 4 has reset. I don't actually know how it reset trainer. I don't actually know how to turn off flags for trainers, or like clear them like you normally would. Without setting up like a back-to-back gauntlet. How to clear a trainer flag? Pokemon Emerald expand decomp. Rebattling trainers, clearing flags. Ah, there's even a video on it. Thank you, Team Aqua. Clear trainer flag. Clear trainer flag. There we go. There's this. Trainer plus trainer flag start to false, not defeated. Yeah, so we literally just have to pass in a line. There we go. That's very easy. So if we want repeatable trainers, which we do, we just have to make sure we clear them. They're using the wind straits, which means we know it exists. Okay. If this doesn't work, we're going back to the previous version, and I'm just going to... It doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. I'm going to roll back everything. Right, I'm going to kill the stream there. I'm going to roll back everything because this has been hell. And I need to do a load of more boring stuff, and I'm going to play with it in a more quick, less entertaining way. So I can just hammer it out. Thanks everyone for joining. And I should be doing this again next week. So catch you then. If not, join our Discord. You can find it in our place, in our profile. Night, Eric, thanks for popping in. Yeah, but join our Discord and I'll keep you guys up to date on what's happening in there in between. Otherwise, have a good rest of your week.